I'm Aiman, and welcome back to one of my auto repair videos. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to disassemble the front suspension strut assembly on, well, it can be pretty much any car that's small like this one, but in this case we're working on a Honda Civic 2017. So I'd say this also applies to a Honda Civic 2016 to 2021, or 10th generation Honda Civics. And the reason you'd want to do this, the reason that we're doing it at least, first off, is we're trying to replace this bearing here that's causing a creaking noise. And it goes up the top right here. Some other people, they might want to disassemble it so that they can replace it with a shorter spring in case you want to lower your car. And some people do it, like my dad has done it before, to replace the inner strut with a stronger hydraulic strut. Okay, so to do this, we're going to need to use this tool right here, the Coil spring compressor. I've seen some people do it on the ground, but it's very dangerous. I mean, it's up to them if they want to risk their life, but to do it with this clamp facing upwards, I think is probably the safest way to do it, and that's the way I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to put it into a clamp and use these Coil spring compressor to compress the spring so that we can access or disassemble the strut. Alright, so we're going to wrap this cloth or towel around the base of the spring, of the strut. Now, if you don't care about the strut, you don't need to do this if you're replacing it, for example. But in my case, my dad does care about the strut, so we're going to wrap it. And there's also a little notch right here that we're going to just put between the jaws so that it fits nicely and secures it in place. Okay, so we're good. So if we're going to disassemble this assembly, before you put on the coil spring compressors, we want to loosen the rubber boot around so that we are able to take it out later. We won't be able to do it after the compressors are on. It's going to be kind of hard to reach. So you just want to take it out just like that and leave it like that. So we're doing this as part of trying to remove this fastener on top here. Because the strut rotates freely, in order to take this out, we need to make sure that we clamp onto the strut while we loosen this fastener, which we're actually going to do right now by compressing this rubber boot as much as we can, placing this cloth around it, and then taking our vice grip, and then fastening it around. I've seen some people, they'll actually loosen this with the power tools before they take off the spring, which it's very dangerous. I don't recommend doing it. Okay, so now that we have, and actually we're going to angle this vice grip so that it's not going to obstruct the position of the other three compressors. So we're probably going to put our compressors right here where it's not going to get obstructed here, somewhere here, and somewhere here. We're not going to put the compressors here because they're going to get blocked at the bottom, and you'll see that when we actually put the compressors on. Alright, and now we're going to reach for our coil spring compressors. So my dad's used this quite a lot of times, and he's never let me use this until now. Now that I'm 21, he feels that it's the right time for me to learn how to use this very dangerous tool. In fact, he calls this a widow maker, because if you don't use this properly, you'll die. So it's a tool that literally all you do is you fix it around the spring in a position probably where you can get the most squeeze out of it, and also where when you tighten it fully, it won't contact with something that's blocking it. So that's why I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure there's clearance for it. But basically you lock the side that's closest to the place where you put your tool. You lock it around, you screw it in. So you can use either a ratchet wrench or a regular wrench or spanner, and then just tighten it. Dang. What the? Alright. And now we just want to set this part right here. So actually, this part right here, we're gonna hold it straight while we turn this part. And as we turn this part, it's a lead screw mechanism. It's gonna go up. And so I'm gonna take my Milwaukee. Now, I know that they recommend not to use power tools or fit, but this is just to speed up the demonstration. We're gonna do it safely. If you hold this in place while you rotate the screw, and you tighten it, you can see that it moves up. So what we're going to want to do is, again, reposition it, and then place this below your spring, as close to the possible as to the bottom as you can get it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten it. All right, and now that it's here, we can lock it in place. Looks like it's actually a number 10. Make sure that when you lock it in place, it's solidly around the spring. We're going to do that again all the way around. So one here, and one here, equally spaced. And you don't want to tighten just one of them before you tighten all the other two. You want to do it gradually. Do a bit here, do a bit here, do a bit here, because otherwise then it'll be uneven compression, and that's going to be dangerous. Okay, so just to clarify, these are 10 millimeter bolts. This is a 1/2 inch input socket, so you can use it with 1/2 inch socket wrench, or if you have a 3/8 inch wrench like this Milwaukee is, you can use an adapter. But again, I'm going to reposition it so it's over this gap, and then get my other two and then put them in the proper positions. Okay. Let's tighten it around. And I guess it's worth mentioning, just make sure that this is all the way at the top. It kind of goes without saying. Okay. Again, making sure that it's not above anything it'll collide with at the bottom. Alrighty. So now, I'm just going to tighten it. It's kind of a difficult fit here, down here, so I'm going to do it to the next level. Okay, and then I'll tighten that. Oh, there we go. And then lastly, this one over here. And I think we can get this one under here. I might have to loosen it a tiny bit. There we go. But I have to position it properly because I can't really do it, because if I do it here, this is not going to get far enough for it to get into this little valley. So I have to do it more closer to here, but I don't want to do it too far that it collides with this. So this is about an okay spot. Yeah, and you can see why I need to reposition it, because as I tighten it, it angles again. Okay. Okay. All right, and now I'll tighten that. Okay, let's just pull on these to make sure that they don't come loose. All right, and now the procedure is to equally compress the spring all around, slowly, incrementally, until it's compressed. All right, let's give it a try. So I'm gonna go very slow on this and go all around. Remember, you want it to be as even as possible. And as you're doing this, try not to put your head anywhere above it, just to be even more safe. All right, so I need a bit more torque. I can already see it's about to collide with the clamp, but hopefully it gets compressed enough before we get to that point. The reason I'm doing this one a bit more is because it's the one that's closest to the bottom of the spring. So it's gonna need more, you're gonna need to pull it more than the other ones. Okay, so the goal is to get it so that we can move this top mount. We can rotate it freely. And before this, it wasn't able to rotate freely. I'm sorry I didn't demonstrate it, but this one, you can see it's able to rotate a lot more freely. So I'm going to compress it a little bit more, and we'll be done. Okay, so we're about to take it out. So you want to make sure that your spring is marked so that when we return everything to the right place, so when we put it back on, everything's returned to the right place. Now, don't worry if your spring's not, like, you don't have to worry about compressing your spring too much, because we actually only need to compress it a little bit in order to take out this top part. And actually, we will compress it more when we put it back on. So just enough to take out this top part so that, and make it rotate freely, is enough. So what we're going to do now is remove this top part by unscrewing this fastener. So after we unscrew this fastener, we'll be able to take out the top mount, and then we'll take out the entire spring. And when you take out the entire spring, it's going to come with the compressors attached. You want to put it down. Make sure you're not putting your head over it as you're taking it out, and then put it down somewhere safe, or somewhere where if it does if it does extend, it won't extend towards you. Like, it'll go like that. Anyway, we're going to remove this now. So this is a number 17. It's a 17 millimeter bolt. We're going to put our clamp on the bottom. This vice grip. This is why I mentioned earlier about it being a bit more difficult to do if you have the compressors on, but it's not impossible. All right, so now we'll push the vice grip here so that when it does rotate, it's already going to be against the compressor and stop from moving. So now we're going to take out this top fastener. It's a 17 millimeter again. There we go. So you saw as we loosened it, this top mount came a bit up. So it'll illustrate that when we do put it back, we will need to compress the spring a little more, as I said earlier. So again, make sure all your parts are marked, because that's how we're going to need to put the spring back. You're still mosquitoes nowadays. Anyway, let's take this out. Wow. And is this the bearing that we saw earlier? Wow. It's very messed up. So it's a good thing that we're replacing this. Anyway, we're gonna put this off to the side. Dang. That is crazy. So I thought this was a ball bearing. It seems like it's just a it just slides on it. Interesting. Alright, scariest day of my life. We're going to take this out. To pull it out, we're literally just going to carry it out. But before we do that, we're going to loosen the vice grip and take out this towel. And actually, before we take out the spring, we're going to take out this rubber boot. So this one is just going to turn off. It's going to rotate out and unhook from the spring. Right here you can see where the spring goes in, and if we rotate it, it'll come out right here. Alright, we'll set it down gently. And there we go. And you can see how deathly afraid I was to deal with it. That's basically how deathly afraid you should be too, because this can kill you. The spring is the widowmaker here. Alright, so that was it on this video on how to disassemble the front strut assembly. Classic. On a Honda Civic, but in general this applies to pretty much any car. Again, you want to do this in case you want to replace the spring with a shorter spring, in case you want to lower the car. If you need to replace the strut, usually you want a stronger strut. In this case, I think this one's fine. Maybe you want to replace the boot. But in our case, we're doing it so that we can replace this shattered bearing. So if you're interested in that job, go check out my video on it. But that's going to be it for this one. I'm Aiman, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos in EyeOnAiman, especially the auto repair videos, and check out the other videos in this series. But for now, I'm Aiman, and signing out. Peace. Okay, so it's not rotating further anymore. Looks like something is rotating while we're trying to fix it in place.